Good morning, guys. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about if you are financing or leasing a car in Canada, how both of them they do differ, and which one might be the best option for you, right? So either you're buying cash or you're leasing it or financing the car, right? All right. So let's quickly first talk about financing. If you are financing a car in Canada, right, doesn't matter, used or new, right? Because leasing can only happen with a new car. I know there are places where you can apparently lease used cars. Again, I don't know how that works, and I definitely do not recommend that. Anyways, let's get back to the financing again. So let's just say if you're financing a car in Canada, new or used, right, there is a APR, or what you may call it, the interest rate associated with that, right? You're buying the car, somebody is loaning you the money. It's not your car at that point, or the bank is giving you the money so you can buy it. The interest rate is associated with that, right? On new cars, if you are able to get in-house financing, right? Let's just say, for example, if you're buying a Honda, Toyota, Nissan, any of these cars, Mercedes, Lexus, they do have their in-house financing, which is obviously cheaper than financing from bank, right? Bank rates are usually a bit higher, and in-house financing rates are usually lower, right? You are more than welcome to put some money down. So let's just say you are financing a car for $50,000 with taxes or something like that, or with the added accessories, or if you have any extended warranty on it, rust proofing, or any other stuff associated with the deal or with the car. Then your finance amount changes, and that is basically the loan amount which you are getting from the bank, right? And then you're financing that. Whatever money you put down, 5,000, 10,000, that is just to bring your bi-weekly or monthly payments down. Any auto loan in Canada, from what I know, is an open loan, right? So you can pretty much pay it off anytime, or you can make bigger payments if you want to. So let's just say, for example, for argument's sake, your loan is 40,000 or 50,000. Your bi-weekly payments with like 10,000 down, they are like around 300 or 350 bi-weekly. You could choose to pay more, so you can get out of the loan faster. Even though your commitment is 7 years, you can get out of the loan faster, right? So that is financing. These are things that are associated with financing. Now, why would you finance a car? That is the most important thing I wanted to touch on it today. If you're financing a car, you really want this car. There's no other way for me to put it out there. If you're financing any car, used car, new car, whatever it is, you really want this car, because you are binding yourself, or you're taking the responsibility of a loan. That is a financial responsibility on you from the moment you walk out after signing the bill of sale, or once your loan and everything has been settled. That is a financial liability on you. Wherever you go for mortgage, you go for any other any other credit increase or line of credit request or anything like that. Wherever you go, and the moment they pull up your credit bureau, they will see that you have an outstanding loan with a bank, or with any other with a dealership, with Honda or Toyota or Nissan, for that amount, right? So keep it in mind, right? So that is there with you until you basically pay off that car. So if you're financing a car, make sure this is the car you want and you're gonna pay it off, right? So that is a little bit about financing. Now let's talk a little bit about leasing and how does leasing works. Same thing. Leasing has also the interest, or the APR, whatever, associated with it. Sometimes the dealership or the car manufacturer, whichever one you are dealing with, they might have incentives on it, right? That you can lease a car for X amount of years or whatever not, and then you will get a better interest rate on it. You can also do semi-monthly lease payments, or you can do monthly lease payments. You have residual value, or which a lot of people call it the buyback value, and then you have kilometers, right? Most of the dealership, if you're dealing with any luxury brand like Mercedes or Lexus or whatever not, they usually give you lower like their kilometers per year start much lower, like 12,000 or so. But if you're dealing with like Honda, Nissan or Toyotas, the lowest one I believe is 16,000 per year or something like that. Then it goes to 16, 20, 24, and they're on, like so on, right? So you got your kilometers per year, you got your residual or your buyback, you got your APR, and you basically got your monthly payment. That's how they're calculating it, right? So for example, you could be leasing a car at like 7% or 8% with $3,000 down. Again, your monthly payment might be like $300 or $350 monthly, and then your buyback might be like 15 to 18,000, right? And that could be after 3 years, 4 years of driving it. What are some of the benefits of leasing? That's what I want to touch on, right? Because I have financed cars in Canada, I have leased cars in Canada, and now I'm a sales agent, right? So I sell cars for a living, right? So I just wanted to give you my sort of like advice on this matter, right? Me personally, I like to lease. The reason why I like to lease, because I get to come out of the loan faster. Sorry, not come out of the loan the commitment faster, right? And if, let's just say my lease is 3 years, right? I can always go back to the dealership after a couple years or so and then say this: listen, my lease is about to come, and you know what, I would like to explore my options, so if you guys can tell me what else is out there, right? So let's just say that I'm driving a car and I've driven it for about 2 years, and then the newer model comes out for the same car and I like it. I go back to the dealership, I say, listen, I would like to return my old car, and would you be able to give me some equity, right? And they would be like, yeah, let us appraise your car. They're gonna appraise the car. They're gonna tell me that, listen, we can give you X amount of dollars. Sometimes you can take the same, whatever they are appraising and giving you the positive equity, and put it towards the next car and then get into another lease if you want to, right? Or you can take that as a cashback and put $0 down. Again, there are pros and cons of putting money down in lease. Again, you are putting money down on a lease only to bring your monthly payment down. And yes, whatever money you put down on a lease, it basically goes towards your term, your contract, or whatever the agreement you have. So let's just say if your total leasing cost on a car for 3 years was like $25,000, for example, and let's just say you put $5,000 down. Now you have already put that $5,000 down. So let's just say even if you bring that car in after 2 years or whatever not, that $5,000 is not coming back to you, right? You might get some money back in the name of positive equity, but basically you are putting that money down just to bring your monthly payments down. Anyways, so I like doing that. I like to lease cars. The reason why, because I don't drive a lot. I don't drive more than 20,000 or 15,000 kilometers per year. And again, when I get to see the new model or that shiny model which comes in the dealership, I can get into it, right? I don't have any financial restraints that I have when I'm financing a car. So, it all depends, right? It all depends. As I said, like if you're financing a car, you really, really need that car. You're going to keep on to it. You're going to make sure that you're driving it for like 7 to 10 years. You're going to drive it to the ground sort of thing, right? Now, also, what happens when you're financing a car? A lot of the car manufacturers, they would have something called a comprehensive warranty. Comprehensive warranty is something which basically covers your car bumper to bumper. Anything which was to go wrong with the car, you are covered. You don't have to lose sleep over it, right? Yes, you can buy, you can protect yourself by uh, prolonging the warranty or getting into something, what other options the dealership might have. But again, you're making sure that when you're financing a car, you're really keeping it, right? Like for you're definitely keeping it for 7 to 8 years, whatever your finance term might be. Leasing, for example, if I'm leasing the car for 3 years, right? The comprehensive warranty on a car is already 3 years. I'm not losing sleep over that. Let's just say anything which was to break during that time period, I'm just gonna bring it back to the dealership. I'll be like, listen, a light bulb just happened to go off. Can you please fix it? And yes, they will fix it, because again, comprehensive warranty, as long as it is not wear and tear. Wear and tear is your brake pads, rotors, tires, wiper blades, and so on, right? Like as long as it is not wear and tear, it is covered under comprehensive warranty. So leasing again works out for me, because then I don't have to worry about what if I'm outside the comprehensive warranty period, right? Number one. What you could get with leasing, if you are not a good driver, or which I highly recommend that everybody should look into it, is lease and protection, right? Basically what it does, it basically covers you for damages, right? Each car manufacturer will have different lease and protection. Their prices are different, and what they cover is different. You'll be surprised. Again, let me say that each car manufacturer, their lease end is completely different. What they cover and what they not cover is completely different. It varies from car manufacturer to car manufacturer, right? So wherever you're leasing the car from, doesn't matter, right? You ask them what they cover, what they not cover. A good lease end should be able to cover most of the things, like tire damages, or like if you return the car with like bald tires, if it has any interior damages, like exterior damages. Now these damages, they cannot be like accidental damages, right? Like damages which can be like fixed at a lower cost, like like you cannot bring a car back with like $8,000, $9,000. Like you cannot bring a car back with like fender damage or like bumper hanging. No, then that's an accidental claim, right? So again, like you got lease and protection with it, and most of the lease and depending again which car manufacturer or where you're buying the car from, they also do have some sort of prepaid maintenance plan. I know BMW has one of the best one, where you don't even have to pay anything. Their wear and tear, oil changes, and everything is covered. Same thing, it all depends, right? So you have one cost, one monthly bill, and then everything is covered. You don't need to worry about it. Again, as I said, right, so leasing is good in that way. Let's just say like if you were to purchase a house and you wanted to get rid of the lease, you can always transfer a lease. You can return the car, you can say, sorry, you know what, I'm applying for this mortgage or whatever not, and I don't think so, or my bank is frowning upon me just because I have this lease. You can get out of it. Getting out of a finance is not that easy as getting out of a lease, right? Just my 2 cents on the matter. Also, give me 1 second. Also, when a lot of people, they ask me this question. It's like, oh, if I'm leasing, do I have to bring the car back to you? Yes, I would be happy to earn your business again. You bring the car back to me, I will like take the old car back. But no, you don't have to bring your lease car back to the same car manufacturer. No, you'll be surprised how many times I get people from Honda, Toyota, Subaru, Lexus, Mercedes. They're leasing cars from there, and they come to me, and then I trade their car in, and then they get into Nissan or whatever they want with me. So again, if you are leasing a car, you are more than welcome to bring it back to another dealership. But I think BMW, again, they are a one-off case, I guess, in Ontario, because they don't even follow the OMVIC rules and guidelines. So again, check with OMVIC, and I think Ford. Check with BMW and Ford. Those are the two. They are known to give a lot of trouble. So if you're leasing a Ford or you're financing a Ford, and same thing if you're leasing or financing a BMW, again, they do not want their product to go elsewhere. But other than that, if you're dealing with anything like Lexus, Mercedes, anything like Hyundai, anything other than that, Honda, Toyota, you are more than welcome. So you can be in a lease with a Toyota and go to Honda, and vice versa, just to give you Just to clear, like, that you could do those things while you're leasing. uh Again, I like leasing. I might be biased towards leasing. It's again because I get bored out of cars, right? Like, these are just regular cars. These are not some cars that I would like to store them, or they're gonna appreciate, or they're gonna get better over time. No, these are just regular cars. You know, $30,000 to $40,000 cars. These are just cars you're basically driving them to go from point A to point B, right? I did finance cars too back in the day. 2011, 2012, 2013, up until 2014, I financed multiple cars. And the only reason I did not like, or why I'm not so much up for financing, is that every time you go, same thing, right? It's like a financial burden on you, right? Everywhere you go, they're like asking you same questions, like, oh, okay, this and that. If you're applying for a loan, 100% they're looking into it. The moment they pull your credit bureau, they're asking you, where do you have this loan from, and this and that, right? So yes, I have financed and I have leased. And if you ask me, as a sales agent, I would always lease. I like leasing. Again, right? If I'm financing it, well, again, and it's a car that I'm gonna hang on to it, and then I'm gonna be driving it like for some time at least, right? That's the only time I would be financing a car. Other than that, I like to lease, right? I put a little bit of money down, bring my monthly payments down. Couple years gone by, I can always get into it. So, leasing versus finance. This is just not getting into like super detail. This is just like, just to give you an idea of both how they work. Again, if you have any questions, let me know what you guys think about it.